Ryan Barath with GolfWRX. I am a club builder and I'm here to help explain swing weight and counterbalancing. Now, this is my swing weight scale. It's a shadow graph model. There are other versions that you will see that have little sliding weights on it. And what a swing weight scale is a tool that is used to measure the relative balance point of the head versus the grip end of the golf club and assess a value based on a number and letter scale, anywhere from a 0 to F9, and then kind of off the scale from there. Most clubs you're going to see either off the rack or from a club builder are going to be anywhere from the mid C's all the way to the mid to high D's and into the E's if you're dealing with putters that are very heavy or clubs that are extremely over length. Not very common, but you could see it. Now, in the case of this demonstration, the club that I have on the scale today is at exactly D5. Again, slightly higher than the average, but that just happens to be the way the club is. Now let's say I want to make the club 3 swing weight points higher. For every point, it means 2 additional grams on the club head end. It's not an exact science because as clubs get longer, you can actually use less than 2 grams because you're moving it further away from the fulcrum. And if you are dealing with shorter golf clubs, you're going to have to use a little bit more mass because, again, that end of the club is closer to the fulcrum of the scale. This end doesn't change. It's always going to be 14 inches from the butt end. So, start at D5. I have 6 grams of lead tape. I place it on the hosel to relatively demonstrate what it would be like if I put it on the club head, and I now have D8. Now let's say I want to counterbalance this golf club and for some reason it already started off at D8. Now to lower swing weight by 3 points, I will remove 6 grams from the club head, either through the tip weight or just taking the lead tape off the golf club, and now we're back at D5. But I want to reduce it more. I want to take it down to D2, which is what a lot of people would consider to be a standard swing weight for most golf clubs. I have, to demonstrate counterbalancing, I have tip weights that would normally be used for assembly that I'm going to place on this end of the scale. Each one of these weights weighs 3 grams. So 4 of them equals 12. Now I'm right at D2. So this is an interesting point because I had 6 grams here to go up 3, but I have to add 12 on this end to get it to go down 3. This, again, has to deal with the swing weight scale and the fulcrum that it's based off of. Because of the 14 inches never changes, and this gets longer or shorter depending on the club length, you have to add more mass to this end of the club to actually counterbalance and create that lighter weight. But depending on the person, they might feel that mass more or less, and some players will like it and some players won't. Generally speaking, heavier swing weights are going to work for players that are faster in tempo or quicker in tempo or have higher swing speeds. Lighter swing weights are going to work for people that are moderate to slower swing speeds because the club is inherently lighter and it's going to help you swing the club a little bit faster. That's why we're starting to see clubs with very light total weights, counterbalancing, and lighter swing weights to help players pick up additional speed. Again, to figure out what works best for you, as far as swing weight or any type of counterbalancing, you have to work with a club builder to focus on testing, going heavier and lighter, as well as working on face contact, because that can be a big factor in figuring out what's going to work best. In some cases, some players, again, are going to prefer heavier, some are going to prefer lighter, and whatever helps center contact the best is going to be the one that helps with either dispersion or just general distance. I hope this explains it. More weight on this end means swing weight goes up. Add mass to this end, swing weight's going to go down. And again, the relative number is 2 grams on each end equals a swing weight point. Hope you found this useful. Again, we're trying to do as much as we can to help explain and educate golfers on what goes into building their golf clubs and help you better understand your own equipment. If you have questions, use the comment section below. Happy to answer questions after the fact. This is really a summary video of swing weight and counterbalancing, so if you have any specific question, we'll be happy to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.